a little late. Well, you kind of understood that from yesterday. I explained the situation. At least I get 6 hours sleep out of the deal. And let's see. What are we going to talk about today? I really don't have a definitive plan, but well, I'm here. It's gonna be warmer today by about a small margin. I don't have my phone with me. My phone is in the bedroom. I just kind of rushed up to get up and get ready to get on camera. So I didn't get a chance to really bring my phone out. I just made some coffee and sat down, and here I am. And one of the things that I see that Yanni said, "Good morning. How you doing? How you doing?" Sorry we're late. Michelle was watching a really interesting puzzle, and in a dream, I don't really understand what it was about exactly. I don't really know what it was about either, but it was a puzzle. Well, it was interesting. I can't explain. How you doing, Virgo? Okay, well, I'm sorry. I did try to go to sleep a little earlier this morning. They kind of went off one of those rabbit holes on YouTube looking at some of the computers operating systems that we used to work with when I was going to college. And one of them was VAX VMS and the Digital Corporation Microvaxes. And just kind of got into a tangent after that. I started thinking about COBOL, which is a language I learned in computer programming class. So is COBOL, which was common business-oriented language, which was because I was thinking about records and fields and data structures, and I think about all kinds of weird stuff. Trust me, I'm always got my mind just stuck in the nose somewhere. I don't know if I can even pronounce it. 3NABS says, "Wanna become famous by followers, primes, and viewers, and on mountviewers.com." I wonder if Noodles does something like that on his YouTube channel, because some people can sell you viewers and stuff, but I don't do that. You guys are 100% genuine. I never bought viewers, but I know some people are desperate enough they would do that. Gianni says, "I don't know, Michelle. Maybe it wasn't so bad. He brought you structure." Yeah, my mind is always tinkering with computers. And then, of course, this afternoon, we're going to start trying to work on some of the tarot card readings as well. So that's going to be an interesting experiment. I did do a video that was supposed to be kind of a lead into the tarot. ABC Pizza, but the problem was that the video was kind of hard to see because I could barely even see the frame because it was so bright sun. I was outside eating pizza on the patio, and of course also the wind was making my walker blow. My walker actually worked loose, and actually was going to start to roll down the sidewalk. Going, "No, you're not going anywhere near the sidewalk. I don't want to have to worry about trying to chase my walker out in traffic." So I did do a video that was supposed to be kind of an intro, but it just didn't really flow well. And then, of course, we played World of Warcraft last night, and we have a night show tonight. And so, we're trying to get a lot of different things going on at one time. But, it's, so I do have to also clean the kitchen floor again. I got a lot of things going on. I just happened to look up the thing this morning. I said, "Why is my kitchen floor so gritty? Ew." Because I washed the floor, and it's got. I think it's probably from when I was making the country kind of lemonade. I think some of the lemonade powder spilled on the floor, and it's kind of consists mostly of lemons and sugar, and it basically was just very messy. Yeah, my mind has always got computers on it. So, and I haven't even really worked on. Me and Krista were going to originally work on trying to organizing more on the storage bin, and so we're going to try to get that in because I got a whole bunch of stuff out there that might interest some people and seeing what they are, what they're not. I don't understand what he's doing. Oh, okay, cat's here. Okay, over there. I know I'll get camera. We're seeing the camera in the shot. So let's see if I can get the cat in the shot because he's kind of taking up the damn table anyway. Hold on a minute, Rusty. I gotta find your camera. Yeah, I know. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Get the cat on camera. He does. See, he knows what this is. You gonna say hi to the audience? Gonna say hi to the audience? Of course I am. Just giving everybody a nudge. Hi everybody, it's me. Yeah. So, somebody wants to see your back end. Yeah, so, just really a lot of interesting stuff that I'm always thinking about, you know. Let's see. I can do a tarot reading for you. If you have a question you want to ask, because it's not going to be a live tarot reading. I could try to memorize it because I know a few people have asked me for tarot readings, so of different sorts. And like what I did say yesterday, and I will explain this. One of them is, could you tell us what's going to happen in the 2024 elections? First of all, that is such a broad reading. That's like I need to simplify it, break it down into parts. Just because of the So if there's anything specifically you want as a question, I would try to ask it, and I'll see if I can try to remember to get you in. Yeah, you know, the thing is that, yeah, the cat does need brushing. But then again, my floor needs washing, and of course, so I'm going to try to get a lot of different things going at one time. Yeah. So, let's see, where do we stand today? Let's see what he's doing. Yeah. Yeah, he just wants me to pay him. Scratch my ears. That's what he wants me to do. So what happened was I was going to do a tarot reading yesterday, but then, of course, I got sidetracked doing other things, and then, of course, I didn't get done, so I'm going to try to get some in this afternoon. I know some tarot readers will use 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 decks to do readings. I really only have one I can read. I did buy another deck of cards, and the problem is that the print on them is really small, and I think they're up here. I'll show you what we're talking about. Last magazine. Let me get this up here. cute cards, but I can't really read them because they're too small for me. I think they're right here. And it's these tarot deck right here. These tarot deck is the smallest. I don't know. These are about the size of playing cards. But the problem is with these deck is, let's pull it up. I swear to God, these are actually smaller than playing cards. So let me switch to the camera. Let me use the rusty cam again so I can show you these cards, because these are kind of cute, but I don't know if you can see this, but this is the Angel Tarot cards, and they are really, really, really tiny writing on them, and I got a big grip. Putting this on my wish list, and somebody sent me the cards, and they're really, really small, and the Generous God card. Spiritual wisdom and magic helps you. Wisdom. And it looks kind of cool because it's not like standard tarot. It's just weird. I suppose I could throw these in when doing tarot readings too. But it's going to be really hard to understand how this is going to fit in, since this is a complete set. This is not just oracle cards. I'm going to show you another one here so you can see these, what they look like. I'm going to grab a couple out so you can see these cards, because I really have to be honest, I'll just grab a bunch of them. So these are supposed to be angels. The suits are hard to understand. So I'll just grab 4 cards to see what they look like. So try to understand it. Alright, so this is card 1. Card 2. See how frustrating this is to read, and it's so small. Some of this printing is actually in variation of Hebrew and is extremely hard to understand. I thought it was cool, but just a really unusual deck. And these are actually tarot deck. This is a deck. So, for example, this is the 5 of Cups. This here, when I showed you, this is the Judgment card. This is the 9 of Wands. So you theoretically can use this, the Magician. You can use this like standard tarot. As long as I can read the top writing on it, I'm probably fine. But if I always have to read the bottom writing on anything I got on the cards, the situation would be all normal, all messed up. I'm just not really exciting deck. It's just really small. So, for example, we got the 7 of Cups, we have the 9 of Cups, we have the 6 of Cups, we have the High Priestess, and stuff like that. So this is basically what it is. It's a standard set of tarot cards. It's just that they got a lot of other unusual symbols on them that I don't know anything about. They might be related to Hebrew, but just interesting. So we'll try to put the 2 tarot decks together for readings, or I might need 2 decks to clarify things. Okay. Stimulus update. I don't have any for you. I haven't been keeping up with that. Yeah, I know. Every state is, not every state, but most states, including Chicago, Illinois, is actually giving out a local stimulus check for their residents. Many of them are. You need to check with your local town hall and see if you got one. Also, look at your state office or call 211 and ask for any information from 211 about a state or local stimulus check. If you don't feel like going through 211, Google your state on Google and search for stimulus check or income impact payment check. Many states are now issuing their own specific checks for their residents. That's all I can tell you right now. As far as the situation with the fact that Putin is threatened to nuke us, I think right now we have a bigger problem right now in this country. It has nothing to do with any kind of combat, and that is the fact is that we are running out of energy. As like in the 1970s during the oil embargo, we are basically being limited to only a few sources of energy. As unfortunately enough, the Biden administration has canceled leases for drilling in various parts of the United States, leaving huge untapped piles of reserve capacity. Now, let's be honest, he really wants to push his green energy. And the problem is, I don't think he knows what green energy is if it came up and bit him in the ass. Really, if you ask me. Because I think that Joe Biden has no idea what he's doing to the economy. Unlike, say, Jimmy Carter, which he's been compared with. Excuse me, Jimmy Carter at least had a head on his shoulders and had a brain. Even if, unfortunately, Jimmy Carter was very intelligent, but wasn't actually able to easily put his plans into motion, this president has no such thing. He is not listening to the public. He is never. Have you ever discussed nuclear warfare on here? We talked about EMP shielding. We have talked about preparedness. We have covered those areas of making sure to protect your family. But as far as discussing how a nuclear bomb causes cellular DNA damage, no, we have not gone into too much detail on that because I'm more than sure that somebody has somewhere on their channels have talked about it, and certainly so as the Day After and a few other movies. So there's no real need to go into really excruciating detail how nuclear radiation causes damage to your cellular structures of your body. But people are actually more concerned. Thank you very much. I did comb it this morning. But the thing is, guys, you're talking about nuclear energy. Please keep in mind one thing. So's Joe Biden, for that matter. Carlos, I don't think he's any better or any worse than Joe Biden. He doesn't like Joe Biden. Okay? He was willing to work with Trump. He did work with Trump. Trump and him kept things pretty much on a level. But this guy, Joe Biden, has totally upset a lot of leaders. And so, I think that you're going to see a lot of people rightfully saying, why do we still have this Joe Biden in office? Why wasn't he removed? Why was not the 25th Amendment invoked? Oh, no. Nobody wants to look at Michelle's body. It's just like she described herself. She looks like a stretched out snake after a good meal. Well, right now he certainly has to become a murderer because got his troops in the Ukraine. A lot of people have died, including his own troops. It's in a way it's a war that was already occurring in the Ukraine even before it became a national affair. Okay, it is. It's just the reality of what it is. Um, yeah, it's just it is what it is. The war sucks, man. I don't care what anyone tells you. The only people who benefit from war are the weapons dealers. Nobody else benefits from war. It destroys communities, it destroys families, it destroys, trade. It just, it's just totally nasty. War is not something worth dealing with. It's always been poison is his favorite method. Well, look, guys. Like I said, the only people who benefit from war are, as I said, the weapons dealers, the weapons brokers. It's not something that the average American, European is going to benefit from. It's just the reality of what war is. War is just a sucky solution to a problem that should never have been a problem. Ukraine, as much as it's important to the resources of the people of the world, is a regional issue, and it really should have just stayed a regional issue. The problem is Putin has got it's an apple of his eye, and that's what he wants. He wants Ukraine, and the reason he wants Ukraine is because Ukraine is his basically buffer zone between him and NATO. Now that Ukraine wants to join NATO, so he's like, hell, you're gonna be killing my buffer zone between me and NATO. I don't like that. So, can I really blame him? No, because let's put it this way. How would you feel if some asshole decided to put nuclear weapons right in your front yard? I don't think I can say he's necessarily wrong, but I don't think it's the way I would solve the problem. But that's just me, okay? I don't think like that. Well, the problem's that I gotta fix this, so, but they want to put weapons in their in my front yard. No, 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 no. But I think he could have sat down with a good strategist, like Donald Trump, for example, and he could have probably said, look, I just don't want to have NATO in my front yard. I don't want to have that. And all I'm asking you is could you please not put nuclear systems in my front yard? That's what I would have said. I don't want nuclear weapons in my front yard. Are there any good bars or any good? No, there isn't. No, there isn't. There is no gay bars in Winston. Unfortunately, Winston is a very traditional conservative community. There's really no gay bars at all in Winston, Connecticut. In fact, there's very few bars in Winston, Connecticut anymore because a lot of the bars closed down back by the early '90s because people started going to the bar less often. Winston used to have a lot of bars. In fact, it was like a bar like every 5, 6 buildings. Now it's like 3 bars, I think, left in the whole town. The rest of them are like restaurants. And let's see, you have Mario's. They have a bar. You have let's see, what's the other one? You have the sports bar. Oh, yeah, on Raleigh Plaza. Right. And I'm not talking about the Tributary. That's a restaurant. Um, but there was one more, and I don't even know if it seems still business anymore. It was kind of like originally was based on a church or something like that. Kind of weird, but I really don't. No, it's not. You need a good space for your freak fly. So, don't get triggered. They're trying to push you again. Well, all I know is that yes, I am concerned. By the way, about Indora about one thing. That Putin wants to turn Chernobyl into a dirty bomb. And that is a serious concern. As the Russians barely were able to contain it after the explosion. How you doing, Ashley? What? Lonnie did fine last night. I think me and the whole group died only one time, and we, me and Paul, Skynet, and Bafer got a lot of things done. Oh, Westy, come on. Okay, so the question is not trying to trigger my fault. I was just low bars, and also, who cares anymore? What do you mean by that, Skynet? You mean gay bars? I mean, you talking about bars, Skynet, and you say who cares anymore? Well, like I said, um, uh, my kitty. It makes me cough. I might be allergic to his fur. Um, so, so where do we start? I don't know. Panel is open if anybody wants to join. Um, please, because of the trolls, please announce if you're gonna come on panel in the chat before you come on panel, so that at least I know to look see who is coming on. I can't brush the kitty right now. I gotta wash the kitchen floor after this. Rusty, come on, what are you doing? I know you want all the attention. Jeez, like I haven't figured that out yet. How you doing, Queen YouTube? What do you think of the idea of primitivism? Like we go back to. I don't think the world could actually go back to living without technology. And I'll tell you 2 reasons why. Number 1, a lot of people have grown too darn used to technology. Number 2, let's talk about what is technology. Remember, our ancestors, Homo habilis and Homo erectus, were already starting to use tools, which means they were already embracing technology. Because it made their lives easier in the savannas of Africa. Okay? The use of tools is a form of technology. So to live without technology means that we don't have tools, which means we would stifle innovation, which would cause our brains to shrink in capacity and function. Okay, that's a fact that you may not think about. Ugh, Rusty, come on, get your fur out of my face. How you doing? The girl, Jackie Vlogs. Is it true Dave had you arrested? No, it's not true. No. Nope, never true. Never true. Never happened. No, I have not. I don't know why I'm getting some of these questions like these say. Like, no, I have not read Mein Kampf either. And if someone's gonna ask that before you even ask it, no, I have not read Mein Kampf, and I'm not interested to. I don't know what Ed's up to right now because unfortunately he has burned his bridges by his own decision to delete his Discord. We do not have any way to reach out to Ed. We do not have any way to ask him questions. He totally short circuited himself in the sense that he doesn't have any way to reach out to anybody anymore. I tell you, Kitty, how you're doing. But on the other hand, maybe it might be good because now finally he can focus on his treatment program like he's supposed to be doing. So I haven't heard he passed away. No, he didn't pass away. Although if he doesn't take care of himself, he probably will have complications, and I'm not going out with him anymore. Has decided that he doesn't really want to be with me. And I can't really take care of him here anyway. Hope it all is well. I just don't like when people pick on the weak. I'm sorry, but that's how he views you. Yeah, well, I have my own views in Noodles. And I don't see him as very good. I see him as very yellow. Very cowardly. And if you need me to explain why, I will. He likes to use the police as his heavies. And the truth of the matter is, instead of dealing with the problem head on and talking to people about his concerns or frustration, he sends the police to your door. That's just even more stupid because the police are busy enough doing with their own things. And more serious issues like crime. Of course, if you're in a city that's been defunded, you're probably not even going to be able to do that. What are you talking about? Noodles? Yeah, well, once the police though are pretty good. They know that they don't need to send the police. I mean, to send the SWAT team to my door because they realize that the door is wide open. All they have to do is look in here, and they know that nothing's going on. So they, because I mean, sure, if you heard lots of screaming and lots of yelling, they might seriously kind of wonder. But the Winston police are pretty smart. They know when they walk into my kitchen door and they see and they look in and say, "Oh, Michelle's talking on her show again." Gee, you know what? Nothing going on here. You know, they just confirm, "Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, like thanks." You know, and then they just walk away. And so am I. Living in a small town, you do have the ability to get to know the police officers involved, and they tend to know you, and they know that I do a YouTube channel. So, um, you're very beautiful and thin. Okay. I'm very beautiful and thick. Congratulations. um. Oh, I got some fat on me. I'm not totally skinny. No, I mean, according to fatness culture, it says I'm kind of a light fat. I wouldn't go about say light fat, but I do got a gut on me. Um, that was a Leo collaboration. Yeah. Well, okay, I'll go there. Yeah. What do you think about the fatness craze? I covered this in a video on, I believe it was Sunday, talking about the fatness craze that Sydney Watson talked about. That there's this new backlash against the thin movement, and now we have the fat movement. I want to know what you think about the fat movement. Um, I'm a recovered anorexic, and he knew how to hurt me. No, the police didn't yell at me. Well, who said the police yelled at me? The police didn't yell at me. Who are you talking about, Skynet? And they don't go necessarily go with the guns blazing either. So, or the tasering. I mean, police do have access to both, but they're not going to use those weapons unless they really need to. And seeing a person sitting in front of a microphone with a camera is certainly not taser material. One, if someone was to taser me while I was on my camera, not only would their police body cam get it, but also my camera would pick it up too. And so then the forensic court information would be very evident and say, "Oh wait, why was Michelle shot with a taser when she was just doing a YouTube channel show?" Because I have a lot of people. Yeah. Oh, please do not block Nightbot. Because Nightbot, we don't have Nightbot running ads anymore, but as much. But if I went and posted the link to the panel like I did, I'd ask Nightbot to pull up the link so that we could have it for the audience. Because so many people have blocked Nightbot. We can't even guarantee that people can even find the links to the shows, the Discords, or anything. Gold West, fitness crazed people are learning to accept themselves and each other as they really are. We should strive for health and to feel good in our bodies, but fatness should not be judged. I've always had a battle with a bulge, so I understand you're right about one thing, that the people that have major weight problems, should still have access to fine clothes. They should still be able to wear nice things too. For a long time, people that were heavy, overweight, they had the worst clothes. They had the most boring clothes, ugliest clothes. And in the 80s, it was common to poke fun of people that were morbidly obese. But the truth of the matter is, like I said on the show, in the video is what about when you do get a series of people who don't really want or who don't care that they're expanding in the waist sizes? I mean, we do know that there are people that just don't care. And if, for example, they go into an all-you-can-eat buffet, and all of a sudden they're like taking big mountains of food back to the table, and they're like consuming it like Godzilla, and they look big, like big, giant, oversized potatoes. There's these people. I think they're not trying to keep things within reason. They're going completely the opposite direction. The bigger, the better. Well, the thing is, I learned from my own experience is it's hard on your joints. It's hard on your body when you do that. When you actually get to that point, your body is going to physically be damaged because of your weight. Right, exactly. Especially in the USA, where the fatness of the poor is a product of a system that only has offered them an unhealthy lifestyle. The irony of a 400-pound man calling a 1,200-pound woman is not lost on me. Carlos said, "Do you own a muumuu?" I used to. I used to have a couple muumuus. In fact, a lot of them just wore out over the years. They were my favorites. And the problem is that I actually had planned to find a few more good, nice looking ones. Just because they're kind of good for house dress, they're big, they're roomy. That's an advantage sometimes. You want something a little bit of space. As it should, the noodles. If we all have diabetes and stroke and die young, corporations don't mind. Well, that's another thing, which is somebody mentioned here about the diet. Corporations. you know what? Here's an interesting twist. A well-to-do man in the 30s would be fat, okay? Because it means he has food. And a woman would go look at those corpulent men. Actually, goes back all the way back to the 1900s, okay? And you'll notice the majority of the captains of industry were not exactly skinny. Rockefeller was certainly no skinny man. Carnegie wasn't skinny. Vanderbilt wasn't skinny. That caused in their time for the well-to-do. A fat man meant that he had money to feed his desires, and so that was a woman magnet. They looked for the fatter guys because that meant that they could make sure that they would have food for them and their future children. Of course, today, thanks to processed food, we see a lot of fat among the poor. And it's not because they're well to do, it's because the food is terrible. And that's the reality of the matter. But then we've also seen science has constantly said we can come up with the answer to the weight issue. I remember the story I told you guys on Sunday about the stuff that was a fat substitute that would cause, no joke, anal leakage. It was supposed to be alternative for the fat and fat foods. How they introduced it into the food, I don't know. But the thing is the stuff kind of worked, but because it was non-digestible fat, the fat would come out of your butt. And like I said, it was good. I never had to worry about being constipated because just because my butt was well lubricated back in the mid '80s and '90s. Right, and eating disorder is not funny either. Yeah, gluttonous killing kings with gout, absolutely, because typically the gout was the disease of kings. Absolutely. I don't think there was any monarch in history that did not have gout to some extent. And the men, I don't know about the women, but I don't really hear too much about what women with gout, but it's mostly a men's disease. Not that there couldn't be. Alright, I guess I'll talk to you later. This girl, Jackie. We talking. Yeah, we are. Unfortunately, it's because that's the food. That's because that fat substitute that basically just wasn't processed by the body. That's what it was intended to do, was be non-digestible fat. And again, science has always said is we can come up with a solution to anything. Well, in this case, the stuff worked, but nobody really wanted to put a maxi pad on your backside, right? How you doing, Carrie? Well, what happened? On that note, I'm gone. Oh, did I do something wrong? No, you didn't do something wrong. They did. Who's they? An eating disorder is not funny. I agree with that. 120 pounds is not a big one. No, it's not. Never skinny enough. Yeah, I know. Just wanted to wish you a good day. Have a great day, Michelle, and don't let scum bring it down. Well, same with you. Don't be don't be afraid to be on the show, or at least if you do watch the videos after the show, whatever. I mean, I got a lot of people that watch this show, and the thing is, um, some of them will comment after the show in the comment section because it's easier because there's schedules. So if you really want to talk about something, but you don't want to talk about it in the live stream, or you want to talk about it, what is said on the live stream, don't be afraid to. Um, Gary Carlos, sometimes when my PTSD kicks in, I block everyone I see in chat. Well, Gary, I'm not trying to get people's PTSD to kick in, because, I mean, I know that I have the same problem with my anxiety, but I'm trying to not let it rule me, because I know that some of these people are going for that effect. So I guess that'd be another good topic which we could talk about is anxiety and PTSD, because I don't have PTSD, but I certainly do have anxiety issues, because I feel sometimes like my life is like being piece of driftwood. As like everything that happens in my life is like everything is always up in the air. You know, you are strong, but I'm not exactly infallible. I'm not infallible, and I'm not exactly totally a rock at Gibraltar either, because I do have my weak spots, and if you know where they are, if you know where to stick your pry bar in it, you can definitely get to the soft tender meat underneath, like opening up a clam. But you really, as I got older, maybe my there's more cracks in my exterior now than there was when I was a child. But I still work trying to keep. Do you think you would benefit from more routine and direction? Carrie says, I just letting him know that maybe he was collateral damage. Carla said everyone on here has some kind of issue. No offense, but I'm sick of it. Well, yeah. But don't forget, the world right now has got a lot of issues. It has nothing to do with the people in it. Although the people in the world have certainly made the world a lot not so good place either. Plus, the world is sick because of humanity and humanity's stupidity. Um, I don't think it's easy to deny that humanity has done some pretty stupid crap to this planet. Um, and I bet the world does feel a sense of PTSD when it keeps realizing that someone's sticking the equivalent of needles in it and basically sucking on its inner juices, and then we sit there and we poison the air that the world provides for the people on top of it, and poison the oceans that surround its land masses. I'm sure the world has PTSD when it thinks that somebody basically sending off toxic weapons, and I don't think it's easy to deny that we humans have a notorious habit of killing everybody and anything that we do not like. That is indeed the sad reality of the human existence. I don't know why it has to be that way. I really don't, but it is. That's the sad facts. Someone's kid died, someone's on disability, someone's autistic, someone's divorced or has Asperger's. Yeah, somebody may have suicidal thoughts. Someone may feel depressed. Someone may feel like basically going postal. and shoot everybody in the room. Well, some people are jealous. Some people are hedonistic. Oh yeah, it's just the nature of the way the world is. So, Craig Senior says, Carlos, I'd be sick of this channel. Why don't you come on it? Or why do you come on it? Carlos, don't disrespect. And did hear there are other channels I've seen you in one of those, etc. Right now, some of us want to fairly fit in somewhere in life too. You know, for me, I want to feel like I belong somewhere. And I think that's a very common theme in this day and age. Of all the shades of mediocrity, like the Simon and Garfunkel talk about in, Sound of Silence, shades of mediocrity. People want to fit in somewhere. Carlos isn't complaining about Michelle, I don't think. He was just expressing himself. Because we had one man that would spam the chat like really, really bad. And he would send slam us with 15 messages in less than 10 seconds. And they were all be basically spam. And so repeating the same message over and over and over again. So slow mode was used to make sure that give everybody a chance to, one, read a message, two, make sure that you can slow down in that send messages. To understand what I'm talking about, I could demonstrate it. I'm not turning it off. Not today anyway. It doesn't really affect most people here because most people usually don't type right away. Usually, most people, I've been observing how often you guys type. It also gives me a chance to read the messages too, which is something that I need to be able to do. So if they're flying off the screen like at rocket speed, I can't read them, and then I get lost as well. So there's another reason. It's every 10 seconds, which isn't so bad. It's because Michelle cannot keep up with the chat. You said cat. I can keep up with my cat. John, I had the phones on last time and no one even called. I got the Google panel open, no one's even joining that. Oh, I have chased Rusty trying to get him into the bathtub. I mean, it's not easy to give him a bath, which is a pretty rare thing. Because, after all, he's got this super thick coat of fur, and he stays wet for hours. I mean, seriously. Because he's not designed to get wet fur. But we're Fame, well, that's one reason I miss Fame so much. He's a short hair cat. Well, he was a long hair cat, but he wasn't as much of a dense fur. Craig Senior says, John, my best grandson, could you please send me send a list of check because I could use 20,000 if you have. I appreciate if you. Oh boy, oh boy. What's going to happen with the energy situation? Who talks about that? No one talks about the energy situation. The new energy crisis. When? Why does no one talk about the energy crisis? There is, unfortunately, a real energy crisis coming. Not only a shortage of gasoline, but a shortage of diesel. As the number of refineries in the country has reduced significantly since the 1980s, by half. When I was saying that to John, I meant the 20,000 stimulus check. I don't think there is a $20,000 stimulus check. If there is, that'd be interesting. I know that there were people that were talking about at one point of giving everybody a $1,000 check a couple years ago per month. I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't think you're going to see, they're going to say, and they would be right, that the need for such a large check of money is pretty much come to an end. I was saying, that's okay. Come on over to Long Island. You can start with West Islip House, and then we can. How you doing, JoJo? Let's get some people on the panel today. Uh-oh. What? You think I wasn't going to have you guys come on the panel at all? Of course I was. It's everywhere I go. I never did anything to Jacqueline. There's always someone with a story, emotional, or mental issue. Then more crazies here on YouTube than in the mental wards. First of all, please keep one thing in mind, if you will. YouTube kind of welcomes the nuts. I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say that, but if you look at what YouTube is and the kind of channels that some people partake in, those kind of channels really, really are lightning rod for those who compromised ability. I'm not kidding you. Michelle, I just got a check in the mail for $1,597, which I didn't expect, but it was a tax reduction check to help with my taxes. That was a surprise. Yeah, you know what? That might be something some states are doing right now, Craig. It's not really too much of a surprise. But, because we know that to try to help people, I thought it was late on, guys, that they're trying to shut down the gas tax. All right. But since I didn't pay taxes last year, to be honest, there is only one whiny little surplus check. Well, if I were you, Craig, I would go ahead and immediately pay it to the electric company in full to make sure that you have enough energy to your electric rates when they go up, that you will be paid for at least for a few months. Considering the fact is that you do have a grid intertie solar system to help keep the lights on. So I would definitely say pay it to the electric and gas company so that you will have your utility bill will be paid up front. Um, Carlos is a good egg, always upbeat. Well, maybe. So, Paul, what did you think about the fact that we had a good World of Warcraft stream yesterday? We achieved a lot with Vapor. We got a lot of things going, got a lot of new materials, got the mounts, I got this ram. I wanted to get a horse. I mean, I could buy a horse over in yeah. Eventually I'll buy a horse. But this Bangla is capable of such precise measurement. I don't know what the story with China is right now because I'll be honest when I say this because I got the impression that Joe Biden wants to basically again screw up every single thing that Donald Trump has tried to do by trying to cut back on China basically flooding the market with cheap shit. Okay, but the fact of the matter is Joe Biden is doing everything anti-American. He's not supporting the American people. You still have to invest heavily in South American factories. Well, we'll see if I can get a horse right now. My character is getting a ram, a white ram. I know that they have horses in Stormwind, so theoretically speaking, I can go to the horse breeder and pick up a horse. Oh, Carrie, you didn't get back to me yet in email. I was hoping you were going to get to me in email, but you never did. Um, well, I'll have to say, guys, I'm really kind of curious if we're gonna um, ride a white stallion bareback with your elf ears and long flowing dress. What about horseback riding stream from a local Connecticut farm? I haven't actually been on a horse in over 20 years, but I certainly do remember how to ride them. Um, Good morning. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I saved the info on my laptop, then I forgot. You have to join Discord, Carrie. I can't add to the Discord, so you have to send me a message on Discord. So as soon as this thing comes up, here we go. Copy this. I'll paste it again. Uh, Also, just in case you don't have any way, so you have my email address too. I'll just come in the Gmeet link so I can put that back into my buffer because I don't have. Okay. No, the Amaranches, to my knowledge, is not in the Discord. To my knowledge, the Amaranch is not in the Discord. If for some reason he ever is, you can just ignore him. You can block him. In the last team. Michelle has the gang stalking for you started. No, I don't know what that means, but I haven't seen Yam Ranch in the Discord, but that doesn't mean he may not be there. But I haven't seen him. At least if he is, he's being fairly quiet. No. I also told Carrie if she's having problems with Yam Ranch, that she can block Yam Ranch on the local level so that she doesn't have to read his comments and stuff, which is still an option. You can do that. No, I didn't do anything like that. Individuals can block other people on the Discord just like they can here on YouTube. That can be an advantage because some people like to talk to other people and some people can't stand other people. So if you have a problem with somebody, you can block them so you don't see their messages. And more than likely, realistically, they'll block you so they don't have to see yours. But you can still talk to other people. No, I have not. Johnny says he's a sweet potato. Yeah, and he makes a terrible dressing. Wait. John, yeah, I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just saying I don't want to cause trouble. Don't worry about it. Michelle, be careful. There are many people who are taking part. I don't know anything about what this is. John Heyman said, I thought about Black and Paul after seeing him on that TV show the first 48. I don't know anything about this TV show to say if it's good or bad or whatever, but I'm sure there's a story behind that. Because I don't know anything about the show. Oh, okay. So, what is gang stalking? What is gang stalking? Is that like a mob of people trying to cause problems from an individual, like an angry mob, basically ganging up on somebody? No, he didn't. It's not really a matter of sneaking in my house because the door is open to the porch, like all day yesterday, except when I was out. I'm gonna go see you again, like Michelle. I'll join the Discord. Don't be afraid to send me a private email too, since you have my private email address. And talk to you when you get a chance to, send me an email. Gianni says, I thought it was a group of thugs have a specific sock they use with their brand. Boys basically harass. Yeah, okay. Gang stalking is becoming quite popular in the summer. Quinn YouTube says many YouTubers claim to experience huge scale conspiracy harassment. Yes, I keep the door open because that way the Winston police can come and check and see how I'm doing. It makes sense when you think about it. And I got the kitchen door open so I can just basically roll my eye over to the kitchen onto the porch and see if anybody's waiting for me. No, yes, I do actually. Well, in the daytime I do. When I take a nap, I often forget to close the door. Um, Michelle the Angel sent me a skill. He's telling me that if I don't want to pets to die, I need to go to. No, not cool. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife or thy neighbor's goods. Thou shalt not have any other God before me, for I am a jealous God. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Did I forget a few? Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. Thou shalt keep the Sabbath day holy. Yeah. No, I don't sell pills. I don't sell anything like that. I don't do anything like that. So any kind of recreational drugs, no. Just a quiet small town YouTuber that basically has a YouTube channel that's been around for 11 plus years. Queen of YouTube, yes, Paul is an excellent, outstanding person, and he helps Michelle with the chat as much as he can in her channel. Kudos to Paul. Yes, that's absolutely true. Door always left open so people can visit. The porch sounds a lot like the hood I grew up in. Yeah. Well, I don't know about Vietnam stories, but the point is that you know, sorry, I'm a little late though. By the way, like I said, I had a really interesting dream session this morning. I just kind of want to basically um learn more about it. So, all right. So, what's the plans for today? One, mop my kitchen floor. Two, mop the studio floor. Three, do tarot readings. 4, night show. It's 7 o'clock. How many? Inappropriate. Do you guys keep hearing a loud humming sound first time that you're being recruited into? Alright, if you're talking about the earth hum sound, I've always had it. Okay, I've always been sensitive to the earth hum. Okay, now I know Craig has tinnitus, which is a little different, but the earth hum, I get it. It's something I pick up every day. Craig says, Queen of YouTube, you absolutely agree. He gets the Medal of Honor. Michelle, can you make that pin on the right? Which pie? I haven't even got the pie crust. I have not even gotten any of the stuff to make a pie crust. I got the earth hum, and there's always the sound of the earth hum in the background. Like a big, dull roar of a big, like, motor kind of sound. Like a big oil burner, commercial oil burner, that deeper, reverberating sound of a big motor running. Even when the electricity is totally turned off and I pull the fuse and the fuse board, I still get it. And when we have power failures, I still hear it. So I know it's definitely not caused by electrical interference. Michelle, the angels in my hand made me go to the grocery store and expose myself. You said yesterday that when you're going to the store to get the stuff, I'm probably going to be going to the store on Friday because Krista changed the date of Friday to go shopping. So, how about Friday? And also, that's what I'm going to work on. Friday. So, yeah. Let's get some Tiger Kitty and some people on here. See if we can get some people on the panel today. Do you know those glasses you wear like that computer that makes everything big and you have like surround? I wonder if they would help you be hooked up with a virtual reality glassware. I don't think so because first of all this video card doesn't have support for virtual reality. Okay. Second of all, those things are very expensive. I mean, they've come down in price, but they're still very expensive. Oculus Rift are not cheap. Oh, where in the computer makes everything big and you have the surround. Yeah, that's virtual reality glasses. Friday pie sounds good. I don't know if it would be made Friday, guys. I'll be honest. I mean, I think I'd probably be doing a lot of that stuff on Sunday. Is what you mean, I think. Do you think the hum is... I think it's probably neurological. I think it's something that our nerves are picking up, kind of like tinnitus, but it's a different frequency than tinnitus. Because, and I say that is like if you totally like cover your ears with sound proof, like headphones or earplugs, you can still get it. The sound will still be there within your brain, but I feel the vibrations too. I don't just hear it, I feel the earth. So, again, could that also be related to, again, neurological, where the sensation of vibration is also a neurological thing? I don't know. Never heard of it. But, I never heard of that. It's just interesting. Then I see a car out there. What's the story with that car there? Oh. Are you trolling me? Jojo, if I don't stop their plans, the policeman will surgically remove the angel from my skull. Mine comes on strong and I'm sick. Real rumbling in the ears. Yeah, I've had something similar. Or if I'm really stressed out, it can really be hard. I have very, as far as high frequency tinnitus, some people say that the high frequency tinnitus, I always said this as a kid, I think it might be true, is if I'm actually, sometimes get this really, really high frequency tinnitus in my left ear, and I would say, that's my angels calling me. And according to one YouTuber, he said that's exactly what it means. Now, here I was saying this when I was 5 years old, and here this YouTuber, approximately about 50 years later, saying, yep, that's what it is. It's your angels calling you. Like, okay, makes sense. Mojo, if you would have a case of tinnitus and when you were sick, it does get worse. It could be a rumble or high pitched noise or high frequency, very hard to deal with. Now, my case is more of a comfort because it's just a soft noise, like soft rumble in the background, like I said, like a big industrial motor. It's not like sharp or whiny, it's just, I think of almost like a big giant Carlin oil burner running in the basement kind of thing. That rumble of the oil burner, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's like almost like listening to a big commercial oil burner in the basement of a building. Craig, it used to scare me, but I got older, I learned to accept it. Marissa, my husband sent me an email begging me. Begging you for what? To CNB torture. To try CNB torture. Why is he having this? I don't know. I don't know anything about your situation. I don't know why he's having a midlife crisis. I think a lot of people do get midlife crises where they finally reached a certain point where they now wonder what the next path in their life is. I know that sounds kind of lame, but it's true. But midlife crisis is caused by the fact that you reached a certain point and you can't think of any more things to achieve. Okay, I never heard of that term, but Craig Sr. says, Mojo, I used to get panic attacks from it because it's something you have no control over. It's the nerves vibrating in the ear, and I was always afraid it was going to get so loud that freak. Yeah, well, from the same humming, but I most don't hear it. Sounds creepy to me. I don't need to spice it up enough to hammer his juggler tools. Mojo says, Craig, me too. It does calm down, scary at first. I've always had some noises coming in my ears. I think it's the spiritual realm in my case, just trying to tell me is that you're not alone. You know, usually it doesn't bother me, but it's just not. It's just there. You know, like a good neighbor, tinnitus is there. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but it's never been the kind of thing that basically sent me over the deep edge or something. Brian K says, Michelle, be very wary surroundings. They are planning something big and aren't telling. Brian, knock it off. Of course, I'm aware of my surroundings. I've been living in the same friggin' town since 1983. How could I not know my surroundings? Probably because I've been dealing with it all. I mean, dealing with some of this stuff all the time. So I've been around YouTube long enough that I don't fall for a lot of that stuff anymore. I saw my son hanging with a Puerto Rican guy. I said, too old fashioned for me to concern about. Well, I don't think it's necessarily depending on any kind of ethnic group. Drug use is drug use. It doesn't matter which ethnic group you're part of. Oh gosh, someone's ringing my digital doorbell. Let me get over there. Yeah. Oh. Go away, Noodles. I'm not interested. It's Noodles. I don't want him on here. Why does he keep trying to come on here? I don't want Noodles on here. let me close this panel. Yeah, let me close this panel. There we go. Problem solved! No noodles. Alright. Let me unpin the link up here since it's not open right now. I don't want people trying to get on and go, hey, Michelle, I'm trying to join, but I'm not getting anywhere. Yeah, I know. Right. Nobody wants to talk to Noodles. I don't want to talk to Noodles. I don't want to deal with Noodles. Because unfortunately, Noodles has threatened me. He's threatened my life. And I'm like, nope, I'm not dealing with you. You don't threaten my life. No. um Mojo says, Marissa, when you were arrested, you screamed like an air raid siren. Well, that's what she's called the Banshee. Why was she arrested anyway? Frankie, you weren't even born at the time in the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. You weren't even born in 1962. If you were, you would be older than me. I was born 6 years after the Cuban Missile Crisis. She stole dough off a stripper. Oh, okay. So why don't you just give the money back? Well, that's what I would have done. I would have handed the money back to the stripper and say, I'm sorry. It's just that I need some money because I'm having hard times too. Okay. I don't know, guys. The internet's a weird place. Frequented by strange people doing strange stuff. But I don't even have a television that's hooked up right now. Because I didn't want to get stuck paying for the TV license. And frankly, I don't blame you, considering the fact it's all garbage anyway. You really want to be paying $100+ a month just to have a satellite dish in your house, just to watch reality TV shows and infomercials? No, I'm like, screw you. I don't want to sit there and watch all that crap and make me pay for it. I mean, if it was free over the air rapid ears or a rooftop antenna, maybe I might be a little more understanding. But honestly, no. I don't know. By the way, Andrew confirmed it's the 29th of August he's coming here. I mistakenly said the 27th. And Brian Kane, I mean not Brian Kane, me and Andrew are doing our best to see if we can arrange for a meetup. Kind of like what me and Noodles did. But the difference is we might go a little further. I never heard that song before. My eyes are kind of a gray blue, though. I don't know. I don't know. Actually, what color am I? I really can't tell. You see on the camera, zoom in on your eyeballs. Then you can figure it out. Okay. I can do that. What color are my eyes? Kind of a gray color. See? Hard to see it, yeah. Gray. It's a grayish blue. You can see the lateral and the stagnance I told you about. See how that works back and forth? The skin's a frame every 30th of a second, just like a TV camera. That's exactly how my eyes work, just like that. Oh, creepy, yeah. Kind of good with gray eyes. Yeah. They're like aqua eyes. Yeah. To find a best friend, find the lonesome guy when it's addicted to close to kill. Yes, he's planning to. Yes. But he's got a wedding to go to first in upstate New York, and then after that, he can. He said he'll hire a car and come over here. They look greenish blue to me. They look gray to me. Well, a little bit gray with a little bit of green. Aquamarine, there might be. Yeah. Ocean color. Okay. Might be. That's what aquamarine really is. It's like a. See, the thing with me and Andrew is we already have a pretty good understanding of each other. You know, I know, for example, that he does have an issue with substance abuse, and I know that. He has also insecurities. I know that too. I know Dave Scotland would like to probably have a meetup with me eventually too. Also, first of all, guys, leave Ed out of this because number one, Ed's already got his own demons in the closet. He really does. Ed, unfortunately, has got to get his own ass out of his sling, if you know what I'm saying, because he has basically messed himself up. I'm looking forward to having Andrew try ABC Pizza and sitting down and talking to him off the show. I think that would be fun because I think it'll be a chance to talk about stuff off camera that we can't really talk about on camera. As far as Ed goes, I haven't heard any more from Ed since he kind of divorced me, so to speak. He doesn't communicate with me at all. And so I just hope, just like the song about Jan Howard said, that's not my problem anymore. So Ed's going to have to just accept the fact that he's got a problem and he's going to work it out. Right? I closed the Google Meet because Noodles is starting to come on and starting to irritate. Because Noodles wanted to come on and no one else is already on, so I said screw it. So I just closed it. Yes, he will be. Don't forget again, guys, we have a live stream tonight at 7 o'clock, U.S. Eastern Time. And we are going to, between then, as I gotta remop the kitchen floor, I need to work on getting the house touched up. And so that's what we're going to be doing. And I don't know what we're going to discuss in tonight's show. I have no idea. I mean, we could cover anything and everything. I think for Andrew, this would be a good thing too because I think there is something there. I sense that there's a little bit harder with the distance involved because of the time it takes to get from place to place. No, because that'd be more like me wanting to go to Scotland. Eventually, if it ever comes to be that purpose, maybe I might end up becoming, through an act of marriage, a Scots person. You have to understand that, you know. Then I would just go to the originally apply for the immigration status and boom. But that's some time away, guys. Not now, not tomorrow, not next weekend. Because obviously, time, travel, time costs. It's not something that's going to happen. It's hard to say at this early on, but I suspect that if things really do work out, the answer is probably going to be yes. But then again, I'm not exactly in a rush to do it. You know, quick marriages result in quick divorces. Okay, I'm not looking for divorce. I want to find the right person that would make good compliment for me. And that's the reason I'm saying is that for me, a relationship takes time to grow, and then if it does grow successfully and goes swimmingly well, say at least 2 year, 3 year courtship, then maybe we can start talking about nuptials. But for this point, it's just two people talking over a nice hot pizza at a local pizzeria. So we'll see what happens with that. Yes, they have, but then we still have to get reacquainted with each other. Agreed. Please note, last time I actually saw Andrew as Francois was over 79 years ago, guys. I don't even know how much Andrew even remembers of our times in dating before the French occupation by the Germans. I don't even know if he even really remembers all the details. I don't even remember all the facts. I just remember some of it. It's not much. If it happens, it happens, right? Love is there's a higher law, you know what happens. I don't have a problem with it. No, I don't need that. Trust me, I'm already sleepy enough. So you only sleep in the day. You're up at night. I know. But that's the truth. That's the way I feel about the whole thing. Nothing wrong with that. I don't remember meeting you. I don't think we've ever met in a prior life. Why? Do you think we may have met? It's possible. You see, you tend to stick around with a soul group. That is a group of souls that you will consider your friends. And that soul group, of course, kind of tend to work together because you guys like to congregate. It's just like, and you have a group of friends you hang out with every day. They're part of your friends group. Okay, of course, you also interact with people that are not necessarily part of your soul group, but are still kind of become part of your soul group later on. Look, I already dealt with Ed long enough. I think I can deal with Andrew. I mean, come on. You're not talking to a person who does not have experience with alcohol. I grew up in a family of predisposed alcoholics. I know how to deal with the drunks. Yeah, probably. You and Scottish Stacy said the same thing to me, and I do remember meeting Scottish Stacy. So yeah, we probably did hang out in Tudor times. The time of Queen Elizabeth I. Yeah. Yeah, but Skynet, you have an experience with it too. Don't forget. I know I haven't always had abusive relationships. I've had a very short lives. This is the longest life I've ever lived. You say I'm dead by 30. I'm still here. Do you think the caretaker can have a tendency not to save people, but I am a very caring person. That I'm a humanitarian by nature. That's something that I deeply drives me. Is my humanitarian nature. Well, I don't take in dogs, but I'm more of a cat person. Always helping guys off the street, giving them a place to stay or in bed. Yes, I did that many times. Yep, that's true. Andrew's medications are prescribed by his medical team. At least they were. I mean, recently they unprescribed him, but he's still getting it. So I don't know if he's getting it through through his primary care physician or what. I don't know all the details. But the point is, I know the man. I know the man behind the OBS logo on the Google Meets. I know the spirit of the man. I know a lot more about him than I should know. And I don't even know how I know all I know about him, but I know a lot about Andrew. Probably because of my prior experience when he was Francois. And the thing is that I know the man. There's nothing wrong with that. Uh, it's rare these days in this country. This world needs people to be more understanding and loving. This is like Jackie DeShannon said. What the world needs is love. Sweet love. Right? That's what she's saying. She's right. Especially now. We don't love anybody anymore. We just basically pass everybody around the street, eyes facing down to the ground. Indifferent. Cold. But what if a person, somebody wonderful sees somebody needs help, that one person that helps somebody out, that makes a hell of a difference for that one person that they're helping. After everybody walks away indifferent, the Good Samaritan parable comes to mind. There's nothing wrong with being a good Samaritan, but of course you do need to watch out for those people that will play you for like a cheap instrument. But I can kind of tell when someone's being sincere or someone's tossing me a bunch of stories. Of course, I'd be careful, just as I was careful with Noodles, but Noodles, I knew he was going to be probably a big snake in the grass. I already knew that up front. I think I was a court jester and Henry East, Arendon Castle residence. Did you know that there were female jesters in the courts too, by the way? Yeah, there were female jesters in the courts. I wasn't a lady in waiting. I was basically just working in the scullery, washing the pots, the pans, and turning the big spit of hunks of meat that the king was eating. I had a hard life, basically, just like I do now. I don't know White Noodles is a cop caller. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I don't know why people keep saying that, you know, something tells me some of you guys don't even understand that I am being sincere when I say that I'm looking forward to meeting up with Andrew. I'm not promising anything. I'm not saying we're going to do anything unspeakably nasty because I don't plan to, but that doesn't mean anything. Just like everybody else, I want to find the right person in my life. Craig Sr. says, when is Andrew coming and what airport is he coming into? If he's coming into JFK or MacArthur Airport and I slip, I'd probably pick him up and drive him to you. Well, since the relatives are going to be in Syracuse, New York, I'm going to assume that he's probably going to be going to probably through JFK, then probably taking a smaller plane into Syracuse, New York to see his relatives. I don't think he's necessarily going to be going into Long Island. Oh, trust me, I have experience with people on alcohol. Thank you very much. Would you be willing to... Guys, again, you know, right now it's a meeting. And we don't know exactly when it's going to be, okay? I just know that we're talked about it on and off. Didn't make any commitment plans. Just said that we would like to meet with me and I wanted to meet with him. And that's it. We haven't detailed when, how, or anything, okay? That's all I can tell you. There are so many variables that we need to work with. have Chris do it too, Michelle. I'm sure he would like to say hello to Krista. I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't. Unlike Noodles, at least I know that he's always been respectful and kind. I don't think unlike Noodles has been a mean, berating person bully. He's a big bully. That's what Noodles says. He's a bully. Andrew's never been a bully. Unless he was a little bit, had one too many, and then he could be a little bullying. But that's okay. I get it. um, if that's fine, if he wants to do that, if it's mutually agreed on between the two parties, that is absolutely fine. But Noodles did not interest me. That's why I would never do anything with Noodles. I wasn't interested in Noodles. I remember that, guys. Come on. Do you think I didn't? You think I forgot? So did Ed. Ed exploded too because Andrew basically said he was gonna come over here, and then he was gonna, because he was, I don't know why he did it, because he was drinking one too many, I think, saying that he was gonna trash that strange and all that, and Ed got mad because he was getting jealous because he already could pick up that Andrew really had likings for me, and Ed got mad because Andrew said he was gonna come all the way over here from Scotland, and he refused to let Andrew in the house, and I was like, and that's one of the reasons why me and Ed kind of went or started going on separate ways because at the same time I was like, I want Andrew to come by. First of all, you have to understand, I am an intellectual person. I enjoy a conversation with somebody that stimulates me in a good way. Gets me all excited. When I can find the right person, and it doesn't matter if it's he or she, that basically can intellectualize, conversate, talk, shows their intelligent quota and their knowledge and some of their emotional quota, that those people are going to get my attention more than the size of the reproductive organs are, because that doesn't interest me as much as their brain capacity does, which is because I go for the intelligence. I am interested in intellectual stuff. Well, okay, everybody's different. Okay, that's fine. Some people want that. Somebody don't want that. Okay, doesn't make it bad. Just remember, whoever it is you meet, whoever it is you date, okay, it has to be understood from both parties. What is and is not. As long as you know what is or is not, there's no surprises, and that's key. Meeting of the minds. The meeting of the minds, in a way, is form of foreplay. It's called brain sex. Okay, brain sex. You can have. It's just as powerful as physical sex is. You have two people that are very intelligent people sitting down over a cup of wine, each, a glass of wine, or whiskey, or vodka, whatever, or scotch, whatever it is you're drinking, and you start talking about something, and all of a sudden, the two of you start to kind of weave a web of knowledge between each other, and it sort of starts to trigger the synapses and the limbic system. Eventually, if both of you agree to it, you will spread your legs, he will spread his legs, and boom. Okay? That will happen eventually when you find the right one. No, I don't think I'm planning on liquoring him up. But Noodles was trying to do that with me, and I wasn't going for it. Okay, but the point is, what I'm trying to get at here is that we're talking about something to me that is as precious as sex is to some people. The intellectual stimulation of my brain cells, when the right conversation, the right knowledgeable talk, that stuff is what I go for. Exactly. Exactly, Jojo. Exactly. If the right person makes me feel emotionally good, that's the key. And if that person, especially if it's a longer courtship, can still do that, you know, months, if not years later, then you know you found the winner. And there's nothing wrong with that. See, it's kind of like the song by B.J. Thomas. What about old fashioned love? Today, you're so used to relationships of basically being flashes in the pants. Oh, okay, I flash my twat. He flashes his penis. Boom. I basically go to bed with him. We do a one night stand. We say goodbye, and we never see each other again unless I get pregnant. In that case, I basically let him know I'm pregnant, and then let him know that I'm going to go ahead and get an abortion or whatever. That's what's happening in this day and age. We're talking about something where you have a courtship, probably maybe for at least a year. And on top of that year, you're going to probably realize it's a distance relationship involving another country. So therefore, things are going to have to go slower because of the fact that you're not able to expect that he's going to travel across the Atlantic Ocean every single weekend for a date. Okay? Which is true. No, I'm not worried about Ed. So, like I said, it's already 104. I gotta mop the kitchen floor. I have to get that started. I gotta mop this floor. And everybody, I want to say thank you very much for being on this panel this morning. Don't forget, we do have a live show tonight at 7 o'clock. And lastly, I'm going to do my darndest to get some tarot in. If I don't get it today, because I think Sunday might be the best day, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do for that. But for now, I want to thank you all for coming. Carrie, Jojo, other people. I want to say thank you for coming on the show, and I'll see you guys tonight at 7 o'clock, if not sooner, through the videos. If you want to comment with me, don't be afraid to post comments after the show. I do read them. Okay? So for now, I want everybody to say have a nice night. I'll see you 7. Okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. This is like a 16-inch grinder. course, you're gonna be eating a lot of it. No. I don't need them. Why would I want to have to put money
Well,
into
I know you don't need it. Well, because you might want big whoppers.
These are the real deal, baby. These are real.
But you wouldn't want, you've seen Rosie's. I mean, they're massive.
I know. But then again, we also see, like, other people that got those things. What happens is after you get to be a certain age, everything sags. And of course, we have the tools of trade, the affane, the calendar, the clapper. Let's call the spirits back real quick.
Gauntlet 1. Versus. Fight. That's how we take care of those pests.
Ow! Oh, that's gonna hurt. Alright. And thank you very much for watching. Stay out of trouble, guys. I will see you tomorrow morning, normal time. Yep.